We were really impressed with the Sony Xperia Z during our hands-on time at CES 2013, finding it to be a powerful device with great specs and a host of high-end features. The newly released BlackBerry Z10 also packs decent specs and comes in at a similar price. But how closely do the two stack up? Here's a quick comparison review. The Sony Xperia Z is a great looking phone, even with that rather subjective power button. It's cased in shatterproof glass and generally feels very premium, tipping the scales at 146 grams. The BlackBerry Z10 still feels well made, but the plasticky shell just doesn't compare. It may be lighter than the Xperia at 137.5 grams, but it's slightly chunkier too, measuring 9mm thick compared to the Xperia's 7.9mm. The Xperia Z's 5-inch Full HD screen is beautiful, cranking up an impressive 443 ppi. The BlackBerry Z10 screen is slightly smaller at 4.2 inches, and though still decent, sits at a more modest 356 ppi instead. The Xperia Z comes with a powerful 1.5 GHz quad-core Snapdragon S4 Pro chip with 2 GB of RAM. The BlackBerry also comes with 2 GB RAM, but only packs 2 cores instead of 4, also at 1.5 GHz. Sony's latest smartphone comes running the tried and tested Android Jelly Bean out of the box, although we were slightly disappointed to hear the device will ship with version 4.1 rather than the latest 4.2 flavour. Meanwhile, the Z10 comes running the brand new BB10 OS, which may be fresh, unique and innovative, but does require a fair bit of getting used to. Both the Xperia Z and BB Z10 have 16 GB of internal storage on board, which can be expanded via microSD. Both phones only support up to 32 GB cards for now, however future updates to the Z10 may bring support for higher capacities. The Sony Xperia Z boasts an impressive 13.1 megapixel rear-facing camera, capable of shooting 1080p video. There's also a ton of camera features, including HDR and panorama modes, face detection and geotagging, to name but a few. The Z10's camera isn't bad, but there's a distinct lack of features other than the time shift mode, which must be said is still rather good. There's also 0.2 megapixels more to the Xperia's front-facing camera, although this isn't anything to phone home about. Both phones are 4G enabled and come with a decent array of connectivity options, including microSD, microUSB, NFC, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Still, BlackBerry's handset goes that little bit further by adding micro HDMI support too. Battery sizes differ pretty drastically between the Xperia Z and Z10 due to the marked difference in processing power. The Xperia Z needs a 2330 mAh battery to keep those quad-core innards running smoothly, whereas the Z10 requires a lesser 1800 mAh battery to stay juiced. There's not a lot of difference in the price between the two devices, which is surprising given the marked difference in specs. Neither phone is cheap, although with a reported launch price starting at £499, this is only 19 quid more expensive than the BlackBerry Z10, which costs around £480 SIM-free. And given the choice between the two, we doubt this difference is going to put people off when the Xperia Z seemingly offers so much more bang for your buck.